Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the AM with Amy. Today I have a special guest.
Hi, my name is Diego and
Today we are doing tips on how to be a good friend. We're actually hanging out in San Francisco right now in an Airbnb because I'm visiting this one. And if you guys didn't know, he is one of my dearest, closest, best friends. And we met, how did we meet?
we met at lunch, and it was about 2 years ago now that we think about it, and it's through one of our mutual friends named Yanin.
He saw one of my videos called Getting Personal With You, which you can see up here, and it really, I don't know, resonated with him, and he sent me a text. And that led me to ask him to hang out one-on-one with me. And then from there, we basically just hit it off. We really liked each other, and we actually hung out 3 days, like consecutively after that. And we were just inseparable since then.
Yeah, the rest is history. Sis.
Yeah, and now we're here in San Francisco. Yeah, so something that I really love about Diego is that he has a huge circle of friends. Like, he has so many friends, and not only that, but a lot of his friends love Diego. Like, I don't know anyone who doesn't love you in your friend group. And so when we became friends, I feel like I have like a similar situation.
Yeah.
So when we became friends, our circle of friends just kind of multiplied.
Yeah, and when we roll out, girl, we roll out.
Yeah, his friends, my friends, which are all our friends now. So I thought it would be really awesome to talk about how to be a good friend, because I'm gonna be honest with you, it's fucking hard to find a good friend out here. It is hard. So tip number one, shut up. I know in society it's really overvalued on being eloquent and being a good speaker, but really I think it's so important to fucking listen. How hard is it to be quiet and just let someone basically talk about their problems without even giving your 2 cents in it? I think so many times we want to kind of make other people feel better by saying like, oh, I experienced something similar, or I know how you feel. But at the end of the day, I think some people just want to be consoled, and they don't necessarily always want to be advised on what to do. And so I think it's really important to just shut up and listen, and really, really, truly listen. And also with going with that, shutting up also means not putting your negative evaluations or criticisms or your judgments on people's problems. It's genuinely just learning to be quiet, because I really do think that is undervalued in society. Like, people just want to talk about their problems, so just shut up. Just shut up.
Number 2, honesty. Being honest about what you feel and when you feel it. Personally, I've lost a couple friends in the past because I haven't been honest about my feelings and how I felt at the time, and that's reflected in, I suppose, like negligence of the friendship that I had, because they would think that I wasn't hanging out with them or I wasn't texting them back, and it was all a reflection of myself. Like, I was going through a lot of things, but I wasn't ready to express that to them. So if you can like just send a text message, tell your friend that, oh, I'm going through something, I don't really have the capacity to, you know, talk about it yet, so I'm gonna be a little bit distant, and it's not them at all. And I honestly think that they'll understand that, and it'll prevent any sort of miscommunication and rift in the friendships, as I've experienced in the past.
Number 3, give so long as it does not drain. And this is something that I talked about in my 24 things I learned before I turned 24. And I think everybody has something to give. I truly believe that. I think a lot of times we think about giving as far as materialistic things or physical things, which you can give in that way, but I feel like we have so much to offer in this world, and other people are lacking in those things that we can offer. And so I think you can offer empathy, sympathy, compassion, sound advice, just a shoulder to lean on, an actual physical lending hand. Like, if someone's moving out, you have 2 hands to help them out. And I think so many people have so many things to give, and understanding what you can give in a relationship and giving it so long as it does not drain. Because I've had a lot of friendships where I constantly would give, and I felt that it became draining once. For example, if you constantly give someone advice and they just don't take it, and it's just at a certain point that becomes really draining. And also giving without the expectation of getting anything back. And this is something that has really improved the overall quality of my friendships. Giving gifts, for example, without expecting them back. When I give a gift, it is not because I expect anything back. I genuinely think of this person and this gift and how it would affect their lives in a positive way, and I don't ever expect it back. And I think in the beginning, like when you're younger, you tend to do that a lot, and it really does allow room for being hurt and being disappointed. And so giving things and giving your love without expecting it back is so important. For example, asking about someone's day without the expectation of getting that question asked back is so important. So like when I ask you or when I give you something, it is not because I want it back. It is because I genuinely want to give it to you. I want to give you this gift. I want to give you this genuine concern about your day. I think releasing the expectation of giving while getting back will make you so much happier at the end of the day, and it leads for a lot less disappointment in life.
Tip number 4 is get deep. What I mean by that is don't be afraid to deepen your friendship. Personally, Amy and I, about a year ago, we were laying down in her bed, and if you know the website StumbleUpon, we were scrolling down through it and it suggested this list of questions, about 80 of them, and we spent the entire night just going through them, and by the end of it we were crying, and I was able to share an experience that I've never shared with anyone before. And you know, even if this questionnaire hadn't like popped up, I honestly feel like I would have never shared that with anyone, because who would even ask me about what I shared with you, right? And I think getting past the superficial questions is really important, and it really deepens your friendship and the quality of it as well. So don't be afraid of getting deep. Emotions, while they can be frightening, they can also bring you a lot of introspection and a lot of like, you know, a lot of introspection.
Don't knock those weird questionnaires till you try them. Number 5, this is so important for me. Apologize. So many times relationships crumble because one of us or one of the persons cannot say sorry. I know people where they have done so much wrong in their lifetime, but they just cannot have it. They just don't have it in them to say sorry. I don't know why that is. Saying sorry, being sorry when you're wrong, being sorry when you're being a dick, saying sorry and saying it with intention of actually trying to reach out and solve the problem. Because so many times I hear, I'm sorry you feel that way, as opposed to, I'm sorry I made you feel that way. I think years and years ago, I actually tweeted on my Twitter, think about all the friendships that would have been saved if someone just said, I'm sorry I made you feel that way, instead of, I'm sorry you feel that way. And I've had people say, I'm sorry you feel that way, and it's just such a bullshit apology.
If you're someone who grapples with saying sorry, I think that's a whole ego thing as well, and you have to, you know, be the master of your ego and let go of that, and let go of your pride or anything that's keeping you back from that, and I promise you your friendships will be saved. Because how many times would I have like wanted for a friend that has done like something that made me feel some type of way to apologize like sincerely.
Yeah, to say sorry I made you feel that way, not sorry that you feel that way. I hate that. Don't ever say I'm sorry you feel that way, because it's saying I'm sorry that you're...
It just doesn't put value to your emotions. Like it kind of, or like what you're feeling.
It kind of minimizes how you feel.
Yeah.
And that's not good. Number 6, care. So I think I said a long time ago, also on my Twitter, if you're not following me, that at Amy Vagabond.
Y'all should. Queen of quotes, queen of like words.
All you have to do to change someone's life is care. And whether that is checking in on someone that you haven't seen in a long time, and I do this a lot. I go, hey, so-and-so, I know we haven't talked in a while, but I've been thinking about you. How is life? How is your day going? And I genuinely care, and I genuinely want to know how you're doing. And caring can go as little as that to, you know, picking up soup for somebody who's sick, and it's just genuinely caring for someone.
Piggybacking off what Amy said, caring for others without being expected to be cared for back, I think that's really important. You should ask these questions with the intent of genuinely wanting to know how your friend is doing without you wanting to be asked.
Because I feel like then it becomes kind of disingenuous. So now we're going to touch upon what makes each other a good friend, and I thought that would be kind of fun just because I think Diego's an awesome friend. So I guess I'll go first.
Pull out book.
These are all the things I love about Diego.
Damn.
Honestly, it is a book.
No, I love so much about you too.
Oh, that's so nice. But I think for me, the best way to really love and care for me is acts of services. And I think I'm someone that like I can do things on my own, and I do things on my own a lot. Like I am one of the most like not isolated, I guess independent people I know. Like I love to eat alone at restaurants alone. I do errands alone. I live alone. Everything is alone. And so when someone can help me do those things, like run errands with me, or help me film, or like just even help walk Kobe sometimes, like take her out when I'm like doing the laundry or something else, that really means a lot to me. And so in my relationship with Diego, it's like those things he doesn't even think about. It's like if I'm like scrambling to edit a video and I don't have the time, which only takes 5 minutes to take Kobe out, he'll just be like, oh, I'm gonna go take out Kobe so you don't have to worry about it. And like that really means a lot to me, because I do feel like I can do it on my own, but with Diego, he's like, you don't have to do it alone. Like you have me. For me, quality time and acts of services are my 2 biggest love languages. And I think growing up, that's also how I was loved. It's like when I needed a big task to be done, my mom would help me, and that's how I felt loved. And so also, if you guys don't know each other's love languages, that also really helps in becoming a better friend. That is my favorite thing about Diego. It's like it's such a mindless thing for him to help me out. Like it's just not a big deal to him. Like he doesn't even think twice about trying to help me. Yeah.
Aw, that's really sweet. Thank you. Well, now.
She has good hair. That's about it.
Okay, done. I'm trying to pinpoint it down, but for me, I'm someone who, my love language is words of affirmation, and Amy does an amazing job at reaffirming things that I don't think of myself.
Really?
Yeah, I really think you do. Like,
wow, I feel like my words of affirmation needs to be worked.
Yeah, just yesterday when we were playing that speed game, and I was just like, oh my god, like I don't think I could go like this fast. And you're like, no, by the end of the semester, you're gonna like
so
be fast. And me, I'm just like, no, but like you were just like, yes, like just so much encouragement. I think like you definitely encourage me, and you've taught me a lot. You're like a bigger sister that I didn't have, you know.
Aww.
Especially navigating a space, you know, like I literally came into this country, like, you know, you're navigating like alone. It's really nice, and like it brings me like, I don't know. Oh my god, I'm getting emotional. But it brings me like a lot of comfort that like I can fall back on you, like, you know.
Yeah. Because I genuinely do want the best for you, I think.
Yeah.
Like that is, it's not, I'm not doing it out of like,
oh my god. We have Lily Lashes girl.
I love you.
I love you too.
Oh, I love you, don't worry.
Yeah.
I'm here for you.
Yeah, so I think you give me that like safety blanket and that reaffirmation.
That's so funny, because in my last relationship, words of affirmation is something I definitely struggled with. Well, I'm glad. Well, also what I say I mean, so maybe that's why. Because you know I'm not lying to you.
Yeah, that's also true. Like I know your word is always honest.
Yeah.
I think I really appreciate that a lot. Like you'll tell me things like to help me get my life together. It's like we're gonna have this conversation, like
even if it's a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, and like it's the conversation that I need, that I know no one else, like people would want to have with me but don't. Like you do. So I really know that that's like the love, like a lot of love. So
Words, cool. Alrighty, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you to Diego for being here on my channel.
Thank you for having me.
And like, see, this is a huge act of service. And so much words of affirmation. But hit that subscribe button if you guys enjoyed this video. We do an AM with Amy every other Monday. And I think that's about it.
That's about it.
Goodbye.
If you were everything I wanted you to be,